Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Today we're going to read a book that I love called A Bike Like Sergio's. This book is about a boy named Ruben and he really wants a bike like his best friend Sergio. While I read, I want you to think about what lesson we can learn from the story. Remember, a lesson or a central message or the moral of the story is just what we can learn from the story. Like do your best or be nice to others. Let's see what lesson we can learn from this story. So with that in mind, here is A Bike Like Sergio's. A Bike Like Sergio's, written by Maribeth Boelts and illustrated by Noah Z. Jones. Every kid has a bike, but me. Sergio rides his new one while I run alongside, out of breath. Ask your parents again, Sergio says. Your birthday's coming up. Sergio forgets there's a difference between his birthday and mine. I wish, I say, but I know that wishes won't make money appear. At Sonny's grocery, Sergio buys a pack of football cards. I stand in line, mad, with the bread my mom wants, waiting behind the lady in the blue coat who we see all the time. She steps up to pay and gathers her bags. In the shuffle, her purse tips. $1 floats to the floor. No one sees. I scoop up the money fast. She's out the door, but I don't chase her. It's just $1. At home, Mom's feeding the baby. The twins pull pans from the cupboard. My Reuben, she says. Was it a good day? I nod and act busy. That dollar in my pocket stays a secret. Okay, guys, I want to pause right here for a minute to ask you to make a prediction. What do you think will happen next? Let's think about what we know about Reuben's character so far. Well, we know from the very beginning he really wants a bike. We also know from this page that his family probably doesn't have very much money. He says that wishes won't make money appear. We know that Reuben is at least a little bit responsible and kind because his mom asks him to do errands like pick up bread, and he does it. He brings the bread home for his mom. We also know, though, that he's at least a little bit sneaky because it says that the dollar stays a secret in his pocket. So with everything we know about Reuben so far, what do you think will happen next? You can pause the video if you need some more time to make a prediction. Okay, got it? All right, let's see what happens. Later, when I'm alone in my room, I fish out the crumpled bill and stare. It is not $1 or 5 or 10. It is $100. My hands are shaking. That money is enough for a bike like Sergio's. Then I won't have to run. I'll be riding. Dad gets home from work late and tucks in my little brothers. When he gets to me, I squeeze my eyes shut and stay still as a stone. In the morning, the $100 bill is safe in my backpack. When I get to school, Mr. Grady says we will be learning about money and math. He sets up a store with fake bills and coins and pictures of things we can buy. I joke around and blow all my play money on a camera right away. Me on my bike is all I can think about. We stop at the bike shop after school. Inside, I walk the rows and find one like Sergio's, but silver. Man, you look good on it, Sergio says, and it's true. But I know if I ride home on a bike like that, I'll have to tell my parents where I got the money. I'll talk to them tonight, I say, and Sergio high-fives me. At home, Mom is making a grocery list for Saturday. She walks her fingers through the cash in her wallet. Then she crosses things off. Maybe next week, she says. She looks up at me and smiles. Me with the 100 in my backpack, her crossing things off. Then she hands me a $5 bill. On your way home tomorrow, could you pick up orange juice at Sonny's? When she mentions Sonny's, I feel the sweat. What if the lady in the blue coat is there? I take my stuff to my room, dump my papers out of my backpack, and that's when I see it. The zipper that was closed is open, just enough, and the money that was there is gone. Heading out the door, I mumble to Mom, I'll be right back. Rain is falling as I retrace my steps from school to bike shop to home. Leaves and money look the same. Rain and tears feel the same. It's nowhere. I walk hunched and draggy to school the next day while Sergio rides circles. My brother built a ramp in the alley and I went airborne, he says. And if you get that bike, you can use it. I don't tell Sergio that I won't be getting any bike at all. The day stretches out. How many nickels in a dollar? Mr. Grady asks. How many quarters in a $5 bill? When the bell rings, I pack my backpack with homework and notes and tell Sergio to ride home without me. With everyone crowding in a hurry, I spot something. The smallest zipper inside, still closed. This was the pocket, not the other. I slide it open, and I'm rich again. To get that bike, I have to tell. I race to Sonny's as fast as riding and rush to the back of the store for the juice. Someone bumps me, apologizes in a soft voice. I turn. My feet are frozen, watching as the lady in the blue coat makes her way to the counter with her eggs. She reaches into her purse. And like a hot blast, I remember how it was for me when that money that was hers, then mine, was gone. I leave the juice behind, and this time I follow her. She walks down one street, then another, and past the bike shop. My mouth is dry. "Excuse me," I say. She turns, and we are face to face. I breathe fast, and the words bust loose like they've been waiting. The lady says yes, she lost $100 and has been looking since. She tips her head. "Why?" I uncurl my fist. "I found it," I say, holding it out to her still folded. Her face changes from surprised to joyful to soft. She takes my hand in both of hers like a sandwich and asks my name. "Thank you, Reuben," she says. "You have blessed me." I am happy and mixed up, full and empty, with what's right and what's gone. At home, everyone is waiting, and the lost and found story is mine to tell. "What you did wasn't easy," my dad says, setting his hand on my shoulder, "but it was right." My mom pulls me close. "We're so proud," she says. And in that warm house with my family all around and my birthday almost here, I am proud too. All right, what'd you guys think? I love how they were all proud at the end. All right, let's talk a little bit more about a bike like Sergio's. So at the beginning, Reuben really wants a bike, and he finds what he thinks is $1. Turns out it's $100, and he's so excited because he can finally get that bike. But I want to talk about this page right here. It says that when his dad gets home from work, he tucks in his little brothers. "When he gets to me, I squeeze my eyes shut and stay still as a stone." Why do you think he pretends to be asleep when his dad gets home? I'm thinking it's maybe because he's starting to feel a little bit guilty about the $100. It doesn't cause him to do anything yet. He still keeps the money, and he even goes to the bike shop with Sergio and picks out the one that he wants. But then we see him get guilty again when his mom asks him to go to the store, and he says he starts to sweat, and he's thinking about if he sees the lady in the blue coat there, how he's going to feel about that. So we're starting to see that he's feeling guilty about what he has done. As the story goes on, Reuben loses the money, and he is super, super upset whenever he loses the money. He tries to find it. He can't find it. He eventually finds it in his backpack. He feels so relieved. The next day when he's at the store, though, he sees the lady in the blue coat, and he remembers how it felt to feel so sad for losing the money, and he decides in that moment to give it back to her. He still feels sad when he gives it back because he doesn't have it and he can't get his bike, but he also says that he feels full for doing the right thing. When he goes home and he tells his family, they are so proud of him, and he's proud of himself too. So that was a Bike Like Sergio's. Do you remember what I asked you to listen for at the beginning? That's right, the lesson. What lesson can we learn, or what is the moral of the story? I think A Bike Like Sergio's has several lessons that we can learn. One is always tell the truth. He was feeling really guilty when he didn't give the money back. He was sweating. I bet he had stomach aches. I feel like that when I feel guilty sometimes. And I think about it, even if he would have bought the bike with that money, do you think he could have enjoyed it? I don't think he would have liked it very much. Every time he rode the bike, he would just be thinking about the money that he picked up that wasn't really his. I think another lesson that we can learn is to be brave. It was not easy for him to do the right thing. His dad even says in the book, what you did wasn't easy, but it was right. And I've heard the saying before, do what is right, not what is easy. It's not always easy to do the right thing, but I think it's important. And at the end, his family was proud of him and he was proud of himself. And I think that that was a lot better for him than having a bike bought with money that wasn't his. So those are some lessons we can learn. You probably thought of some other ones too. I love reading books that have a good lesson or a good moral in them. I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope I can see you soon. Bye.